Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for Atletico Ottawa versus Valour FC. It's been a while since I've done the Canadian Soccer League. I didn't even know it was back on, but yeah, it feels great to start doing the matches again because this is the one of the leagues outside of Africa that I did start doing match analysis on. Otherwise, I hear there was a lot of goals in this game. As I will repeat, I did not see this game, and I am watching it. I'm watching the highlights as you are right now. So let's get into this one. So we'll let certain scenarios play out, and then we will comment later. This is a simple issue of, and now these kids are, they're different, but they're confusing for some reason because of the red and white, and then this. You know what? Let me not get there. So what basically happens? He makes a run, and then he makes a very good run. Makes a curved run in front of the defender. The defender does see him, but he doesn't take action. He watches him. He moves in between the space and should have at least got it on target. Just on target. If the keeper saves it, it's cool, but at least let it be on target. That's okay. Okay. He was given too much space, but that's a lovely finish. All right, let's get into this one. Yeah. Ball comes in. He's pressuring for the ball. I don't know if this is during build up, but it's completely pointless if you're going to pressure the ball and let the person, like, sometimes you're better off just holding back because what he's done is that he's left his position, and I think that was the cover for the midfield because I don't see why he ran to that because there was so much open space, and I don't see the point of going all the way there just to not get the ball and end up running all the way back. And the funny thing is that if you look at this, they're actually supposed to do better here. Let's just wait for this to finish loading. Okay, because they actually have enough, to deal with this. It's a 3-on-2 situation. So you start to wonder how did they let the man pass so freely? Because this is actually a really good ball. Because I think he should do a better job. I mean, just run as quick as you can. You are the two of you. This gap here is too big. Other centre back pairings, what they would do if there's a man. Let's say this is the man. One is here. One is here. What they'll do is that they will get closer to the man such that they squeeze him through. In such cases, it's very rare the ref does give a foul because he just assumes the player failed to go past the two players. He keeps on running, and then he runs. Instead of helping out his teammate, he runs away. Because he's here, right? He is here. He is in a good position to run as hard as he can and, block him off. But what he does, he slows down. And I get what he's doing. He's trying to, block out a pass to someone. And then he's also trying to provide cover. But he does his job terribly because look at the space he gives him. He was literally right next to him. Like the attacker was here and he was here. And somehow the attacker is now here and then he's there. So how have you gone further away from the ball than when you started? How is that possible? Because right now he's not really doing anything. He's just run away from the danger. And this is a very good finish. That's a good finish. Because he whips that one. Because look at that. He whips it. And then I think the keeper doesn't expect it to get whipped like that. Look at the leg. From takes it quickly, but yeah, the defender there makes a terrible. I do not know what he was doing running so far away from the ball. All right, set piece. It's taken short. Oh, uh, they have more than enough men in the box to deal with that. That's really good. He holds the ball up well. Yeah, should okay. Got it on target. And it's funny how so few players are causing all these problems. Oh no, misplaced touch. On the counter. Oof. Lovely. He puts it on a plate. And look at that. He immediately goes to him. He appreciates that. That's lovely. So this is where the problems start. Okay, so this is already terrible. The body shape is already bad. It's bad because you're supposed to be facing where you want to play the ball. Face the way you want to play. Because right now everything is wrong and then he's so complacent. Oh, sorry. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the L. He seems unbalanced, but he manages to pass the ball lovely. And then here, that's a bad touch, but also it's not that he traps the ball bad. His teammate does not do him any favors because this is a terrible. There was no need for that pass. He makes the pass difficult. He makes it difficult. You understand? He's expecting that ball to come flat, but instead it somehow rises a bit. And I don't blame him. I do blame him. He should have played the ball better. And I also expect better from him to be able to control that better. Otherwise, and if you look at this, they actually did very well because if you look at this, he's actually in a pressure pocket because we got, oh no. Alright, yeah, because we got one, we got two. Let's just let that load. And I don't know, it started lagging. We got three. So in this case, I think he would be pressured, but he does have an out ball. But the intention here was to put the player under pressure. Maybe him seeing all these bodies around him, caused him to take that bad touch. Now let's move on forward here. If you play it forward, once again, it's another situation where Valour have more than enough players to deal with this. They have more than enough players to deal with this. This is a 4-on-2, I might add. Because look at this. He did the right thing. He stepped up. Unfortunately, what happened was he touched the ball. He didn't come out with the ball. It's unfortunate, but you know what? At least he did something. So now it's a 3, or should I say it's a 2-on-1 now, because these guys can't really do anything. At this moment in time, they can't really do anything since they're behind the ball, very much behind the ball. So now this defender here, he decides, you know what, let me try. He also misses. And then he at least tries to get head on, shoulder to shoulder with the attacker. Unfortunately, the attacker shrugs him off, but very good play from this man here. I'm just waiting for this. Yeah, this is very good play from this attacking player. He drives it forward. He gets past 1-2. He looks up. He sees his striker, serves it on the plate, and that's a good goal. Well, I've seen people just step into the ground. Salter scores, but this is a very good goal. And it's also very fortunate because, yeah, he should have actually stayed. He should have, I don't know. He should have just been, I don't know. But if you're going to go there, I don't think you're supposed to make that challenge. Just guide him, escort him to the byline, and then let him turn. But yeah, he just rushed. But this is a good finish. I've seen people that feel even to stretch for the ball. All right, let's head on to the next goal. Salter, he puts his team back 1-1. That's a really good ball. It's played into space. He's pushing. Oh no, he should have scored. He should have scored. Yeah, hit the target. Just at least hit the target. Quick throw in taken. That's okay. All right. Okay. All right. Ooh. Nah, I gotta replay that real quick. I have to replay that play. Because what I do like is and once again, like, how are they getting outplayed? Like, what's happening with these teams? Because if you look at this particular region here, let's draw, you know what? Okay, just here. They have more than enough people to deal with this because 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive players. 1, 2, and 3. So how do you get outplayed once again? It's because no one's pressuring the ball. No one's pressuring the ball. He's watching the ball. Okay. He should immediately pressure. I don't know because it's closer, but he does have a better angle to attack. So I do feel him, and then he steps back just in case he gets beaten. Because look at this. He gets the ball, right? And then rather than trying to approach him, he decides to cut off a passing lane to no one. Because if you look at it, he has moved from here to block off a passing lane that's, So he essentially opens up the space to play to him. That's what he does. He should have just attacked the ball rather than trying. He should have attacked the ball. By attack the ball, I mean try and get the ball rather than trying to intercept the pass. Now I'm starting to see what the man was talking about, where players are trying to intercept passes rather than pressure the ball. Because he moving there creates that space and he's unmarked. About three players around him, no one sees him. And then what I like here, he plays it one quickly into his teammate, and then what he does here causes more confusion. He runs out, and surprisingly, no one follows him. He creates this space, and the funny thing, it's all because one person did not pressure the ball. They decide to enter. They tried to cut off a pass that was not there. And then what I do like is this piece of play here. He plays it, he passes it, and then quick 1-2s here. I do feel this was the perfect time to shoot, because if you look at this, he would have. Look at the keeper. He's about to go down. So at this point, he probably would have been able to get it underneath the keeper. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. He just holds on to it for a bit too long, and here he does get a rush of here. Yeah, if he shot just earlier, and if you look at this, he could have laid it off to his teammate. He had an open goal. So surprising. All right, this is from a goal kick. Let's see what happens. No, that's too easy. That is too easy. Look at this. That's too easy. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Lovely finish. That's incredible from Salter again. So, alright. So this is a long ball. Nothing much we can say here, right? Now, this is, if I was a coach, I'd be very angry. Not because it's because he does nothing. He doesn't even try to protect the ball. Look, first bounce. He is trying. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know. The striker just shrugs him off. Like that is too easy. At least put up a fight. You can either do one thing. You either attack the ball or attack the man. By attack the ball, you do what you can to get to the ball first. What you do by attacking the man, you make sure you put the player under pressure such that even if he gets the ball, he's forced to play it back. But otherwise, this is just silly. And what I like is that he immediately drives to the keeper. Goalkeeper here is stranded. Not much he can do. That's a good finish. He hits it very hard. Lovely goal by Salter. Yeah, that's a good goal. All right before halftime, that's a lovely ball. First time causes all types of problems. Smart. Oof, that is amazing football there. That is amazing football. Let's play that back. So here he plays the ball. This is not really okay. It's a high line. If you're playing a high line, you have to have pressure on the ball. But otherwise, all right. So and already here there is a huge gap. This is a huge gap because he maybe should push on there. He's seen his teammate. He has to move here. He has to. So he should move here so that he covers this space that his teammate has left. He should have just because these two they're too close to each other in a way. Okay, I don't want to say that because okay, here's the thing. Since he's pushed forward here, he's supposed to move into the space that he's vacated somewhere here. So he will push into the space he vacates, and then the left back there also pushes because this is too much of a gap. It is too much of a gap. If you can park a bus you can park a bus in this space right here. You can park a bus. Parking a bus. Alright, so yeah, and what I do like is that he immediately identifies the space. He plays it first time. Other players will try and no, he just sees the space. He sees his man running. He plays it into him. Just like that. Simple. Boom, first time. I like how he sees it and then he knows. This is good. I don't know, teammateship or good companionship. I don't know. Because here's the thing. Let's focus on him, right? He sees him. He goes for the ball. He checks. If we've seen him checking his shoulder, he knows his teammate is running there. And unfortunately, he once again vacates his space to try and get the ball, but he's too late. He arrives too late because at the time he's arriving, the player plays it back into space. So he's also vacated his space to try and get the ball. Uh, I do feel maybe he could have just allowed him to continue running with him, and then maybe he stays here just to try and intercept or just try to block him off. Otherwise, this him running here leaves this white space open. I understand why he does it, but if you're gonna run there, at least force either you force him wide or you get the ball. Otherwise, you concede a lot of space and it leads to a goal. This is a very well played pass because look at how flat that is. Does not bounce at all. Does not bobble. Boom, and that's a good finish. That's an excellent goal. Well taken goal. And it's because these guys, they know each other that well. Because look at the ball. That's a really well played ball. First time into space. What I do like, he plays it back. Boom, goal. Quick, simple football. And yeah, there's nothing the goalkeeper can do. Yeah, and what I do like is that every time one of the Atletico Ottawa players scores, they immediately go to the person that assisted the goal. Alright, let's see what happens here in this particular piece of play. Playing out the back. Let's see. Lovely. I think that's Salet. That's a good touch. Lovely. The man is on fire. Hat trick. And this is another thing here. Once again, you're playing a high line, and once again, suspect defending, because already this, for me, this is not a good sign. Because if you're going to be playing a high line, alright, because I'm already seeing a lot of problems here. He is playing, so him standing here defeats the whole purpose of this. It defeats the whole purpose of standing in a line if someone is going to stand a few yards back and play everyone on side. And then this here, so if he's here, I don't think he would be as free to score. So okay, they're playing out the back, so let's see let's build. But for me, I don't like this. Like, you're playing everyone on side, you might as well just stand. Just be there. Just be there. All right, let me move this forward. I like how they play the ball at the back, and I like how they're playing. Look at this. It's so cool, so calm. And for me, I do feel Valour could have done a better job at putting more pressure. All right, so he immediately, okay, I like this. He identifies as a man, but now this is the problem. That's the problem. He steps up too quickly, and then he leaves the space again. He leaves a lot of space because now, and also, oh sorry, I don't know what I've pressed. I really do not know what I've pressed. Oh, okay. So he leaves the space here, and then he's unmarked. He is so unmarked. He tries, but this is why it's, as a defender, it's important not to get dragged out. You're better off just staying where you are, because if you leave, what becomes the danger is the space you leave behind. Because even if we were to take 100 shots from someone to shoot from here and go, I don't think they'll score any. They will not score any. So what is dangerous here is the space, not necessarily the ball. And then look at how far forward he goes. Look at how far forward he goes. He's almost in midfield now, and yet he's a centre back. Then here, I'm wondering who plays him onside, because this is a well taken pass. It's a really well played ball because he hits it first time, and then it's over everyone. The left back is playing everyone on. I've seen him here. He's here. He's the one playing. He's the one playing him onside. I've now seen it. And then what I do like here is he waits for it. That's a very good touch, because the touch takes him forward. I've seen other players, such a touch, it goes this side, they misplace it, it goes behind, it goes everywhere, but it's a good touch. He just steps on it. He doesn't try to be fancy. He just does what gets it done. Steps on the ball, he pushes it forward, one-on-one with the keeper. The keeper, not much he can do. He's all alone. and a goal. Salet hat-trick. So sorry, Salter. My bad. Yeah, but this touch, other players will try to be fancy, but nope, brings it down. That's a really good finish. Boom. And then if you notice the finish he does, he lifts it slightly above the keeper's legs. Because look at this. So I'm gonna try pause it and play. I'm gonna pause it and play as quickly as I can so it can mimic slow motion. You see that? Okay, so I'm gonna do it much more quicker now. Yeah. You see that? Slightly above the keeper's leg, and then that's what that's what makes the goal. Hat trick. Alright, so if the ball is being played here and everyone is running there, there's a high likelihood if anyone gets a deflection, the ball goes in. That's all I'm gonna say. I've not seen, but this is what usually happens. Anyway, let's see what happens. Cross into the box. That's a good header, and I think it's a centre back. Yeah, at least he gets some. That's a well taken goal. But let's see. He is here, right? He is here, right? He is unmarked. There's no one marking him. Nobody is marking him, and he's the biggest lad here. There's supposed to be at least 2 people marking him. Yeah. So he dives. His diving is what leads to the goal. It's a good header because it bounces down, and I think such headers usually confuse the keeper, and it goes into the back of the net. And he's still down. It's not a foul. It's not a foul. Can you please stand up? Well taken header. Very well taken header. Look at that. Boom. Yeah, I think he intentionally heads it into the ground to make it difficult for the keeper to save. Maybe the keeper could have done better, but yeah, he gets his goal. Once again here, I mean, already this is a problem because if you look at this, we have 1, 2, but now we have 3 players here. I think they're trying to press, and I feel this is wrong because you have so many players in one position. If you're trying to press, you try to spread people out evenly. So you wouldn't have 3 players all within the same, zones and whatnot here. At least one here, one here, one here. You let them play the ball. Because with pressing, the way it is that you don't necessarily have to win the ball. Oh no, what have I done? Yeah, okay. With press, you don't necessarily have to win the ball immediately. That's what they're trying to do. What you're supposed to do is allow the opponent to play out slowly, and then you slowly put them in positions where every time they take a touch, from seeing one person, they start seeing 2, 3. You try to allow them to build, they get comfortable, and then that's when you start putting on pressure. Because here, this is just too many men personally for me. Too many. Many men. Many men. Because, I mean, look at this. I mean, here. No. I would rather have these 2 back off. I would rather have them back off. Then I don't know necessarily what they're trying to do, because if you're trying to press, this is just too much of a gap between your front line and then the second line. Like, this is just too much. It's just too much. Because look at all this free space that's here, and you expect to press. No. I'd rather have these 2 players drop off and then just one person attack the ball. Because yes, you have more players that will put the player under pressure, but what you do is that you concede more space. And it's an easy ball that's played into this man here. Yeah, so they should really rethink this. Just 2 players stand back and then you wait and bait them. You don't immediately try, that's... Look at the gap. He takes the ball. And then just like that, they've played through the... One pass has allowed one player to move from their side, from their own box, and then they're now here unchallenged, unmarked. Once again, it's Salet. Oof. 4. And the funny thing is that Soloth from Atletico Madrid has scored 4 goals today, and Salet from Atletico Ottawa has scored 4 goals. I mean, who could predict that? Because for me, here, once again, they can definitely deal with, even right here, they can deal with this, but I don't know what was happening defensively. I do feel he can tuck in just slightly more. He is too far away. And this is not the first time the left back. I don't. Is it left back or right back? Yeah, it's the right back. He is way too far away. He's supposed to be somewhere here, because if he's here, that ball doesn't get played because he's there to take up the space. Unfortunately, I don't know what he's doing so far away from his back four. And then this player here is completely unmarked and challenged, and you're giving him space to make a pass. You're giving him time to think. Because if you look at this, and yeah, he does get back into shape, but unfortunately, there's no pressure. But I do feel like they could have done better. In fact, I do feel he could have tried to pressure. Because if you look at it, if he goes, at least there's 1, 2 people to cover. I understand that he does take his time to go there, but no one pressures the ball. At least he's the right back. There will still be 2 players here. But yeah, you can't allow someone to give. You can't give a player that amount of time to think of what he's going to do on the ball. Yeah, they are definitely going to get punished. And look at this. Once again, it's him. He sees him. He can definitely see him. He can stick out his hand so as to, block him off, but he doesn't. He just watches him. Look at this. He's trying to play an offside trap, but yet he's the furthest forward. Can you imagine that? He's intentionally stopping. He's intentionally stopping to try. You can see that. And also, you've seen him putting his hand down, trying to, the VAR thing, because already these people are not in line. Because if you look at it, because I love this too. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna start it from here, and then we're gonna. Okay. So that's your left back, and then it's almost like there's 2 separate lines here. So yeah, once again, he is the furthest back. So this defender here has been conceding a lot of space, and now here, just follow the man. There's no need to play an offside trap. Just follow the man. You're the furthest forward, and yet you're trying to play an offside trap. I don't get that, because he can see. He can see that he is ahead of these guys. I don't know why he tries to play the offside trap. Yeah, but the fact that no pressure is put on this player. What I do like about the attacker here, Salet, runs with it, and this is a good finish. Not much the keeper can do. Boom. It's the confidence he had. 4 goals, 1 game. Saul scored 4 goals. Salet was like, you know what? I'm going to do you one better. No, I'm going to match that. What I like, he takes it into his stride. Boom. That's a lovely goal. But otherwise, number 5 defender didn't have the best game today. Look at that. Salt. He did is it Salt Puppy celebration? Something like that? I think so. Alright, let's see what happens here. Ooh, that was close. Alright, let's analyze that real quick. Boys played here. And the left back chooses not to. Oh, okay, so he does. But no, he is trying to intercept the pass once again, because if he wanted to pressure, he would have gone forward to the ball. Instead, he's trying to block out a pass. I don't know, because there's no one here. There's no one in this particular region. So he's trying to cut out a pass. I don't know which pass he's trying to cut out. And then he should have just engaged. So because at that particular point in time it was a 1-on-1, he didn't engage. It now became a 2-on-1. Boys played. The player deceives him, moves past him, and plays it into the defender here. And fortunately enough, the keeper bails them out. Look at that. I think he was trying to go in between the legs, yeah, but it was just slightly higher. Yeah, otherwise, that's been my match analysis of Atletico Ottawa versus Valour. Very interesting game. Solo scores for Atletico are feeling good today. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.